Let's do ביאור משנה ד'. משנה זו באה ללמד את עיקר ההלכה בעניין טלטול כלים בשבת. This Mishnah comes to tell you the main law when it comes to moving objects on Shabbat. כפי שהבנו בהקדמה למשנה א', just like we brought in the introduction to משנה א', מתוך משנה תורה לרמב"ם, from the Rambam, וברישא בה רבי יוסי להשמיע, in the beginning Rabbi Yossi comes to teach us, שכל כלי, every vessel, שהוא מוקצה מחמת חיסרון כיס, that is מוקצה because of loss. And I'll explain what it means. והיינו, he explains, שאדם מקפיד עליו שלא להשתמש בו, אלא לצורך מלאכתו המיוחדת. It means it says a regular use. For example, I'll give you an example.
סכין של
שחיטה, very good, סכין של שחיטה. Not only סכין של שחיטה.
זה משהו יקר.
Yeah, not only.
אסור לגעת.
יקר.
גם אסור לגעת בזה.
Yeah, יקר is not.
Is not.
Don't think when it says yakar, a lot of people make the mistake, money. No. Yakar over here means you only use it for that use.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be $50,000 or.
It's a specific use.
Oh, for example, you have a specific knife that is extra sharp. In other words, you only use it for.
Schnitzel.
Let's not use it for schnitzel.
You have to cut them in half.
Yeah, but that you'll be allowed to use it. But that you'll be allowed to use for Shabbat. Yeah.
No, example for Shabbat.
Yeah. Let's take in your garage. You only use it for specific.
Oh, for cutting hoses. Special hoses.
But you would not use it for any other thing. You would.
No. It's a special cutter for special hoses.
Yeah, but you will never use it for something else because
hoses. It cut hoses. That's all it cuts.
Yeah, but so then you will not have a use for it on Shabbat, for example.
Maybe you can cut vegetables. I don't know.
Okay, very good. But if you will not use, the question is.
But then I can use it for the vegetables.
No, you will not be able to use it.
Why not like the hammer?
Because it's not like a hammer. That's why I didn't tell you it's not a good example. For example, you have pliers. You have 10 sets of pliers in your garage, but one of the pliers you use only for your diamond cutting. You know, it's not like it's a very special plier. It's you will never use it for other purposes. Yeah. It's very delicate. That plier you're not allowed to use for Shabbat. That's what it means. Specialty tool. Oh, very good. I didn't have the word. Specialty tool. Specialty tool. In those times, it had to be with money, maybe. In our times, I don't think the money is the point, because today, money.
For example, a doctor will come with this thing in the ear, a stethoscope. You cannot use it to listen if somebody next door.
Or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Because
it's a specialty tool.
That's right.
Okay.
והיינו שאדם מקפיד עליו להשתמש בו אלא לצורך מלאכתו המיוחדת. Very good, specialty tool, that's exactly the name. מפני שיש בשימושו הפסד ממון. In other words, no one is going to use these pliers to cut something else. It's going to ruin it. That kind of pliers, forget about it. You only have to use it, not allowed to use it for Shabbat. אסור בכלל תטלו בשבת. These kinds of things are specialty tools. Forget about it on Shabbat. In other words, you subconsciously, that's the idea. Subconsciously, before Shabbat, they were out of your mind completely. They were out of your mind. Rabbi Yossi says, כל הכלים, all the vessels, שמלאכתם לאיסור, that are forbidden to be used, ניטלים בשבת לצורך דבר המותר בשבת. Are allowed to take on Shabbat for the permissible use on Shabbat. כמו ששנינו במשנה הקודמת, just like we learned before. חוץ, and then it tells you except. There's an exception. מן המסר הגדול, the big saw. A big saw.
Two people.
That's right, 2 people. It says, sure you can cut your meat with it. But would you cut the meat with it? No, it's a specialty tool. Nobody cuts meat with it. A small saw, we'll talk, maybe. But the big saw? No. That's 2. מסור שמנסרים בו קורות. This is a big saw that you cut big beams. ויתד של מחרשה. Another thing is
thing של המחרשה.
That's right, the thing that goes, the metal part that goes into the earth.
אל תעשה בזה.
Exactly. You can use it for something, I can tell, but it was out of your mind to be used for that way. העושה את החריץ בתלם המחרשה, the thing that makes the hole in the ground with the plow. שני הכלים הללו, these two vessels, בעליהם מקפידים עליהם. The owners are very, says, no, you have to treat these things in, שלא לעשות בהם כל מלאכה אחרת. Not to make with them any other kind of use. לפי שכולם כרוך בהפסד מרובה. Because if you do that, you're going to lose a lot of money. והרי מוקצה מחמת חיסרון כיס. They become מוקצה מחמת חיסרון כיס. You see, today it's problematic to make מוקצה מחמת חיסרון כיס. These two things were very expensive at the time. Right? Today, your cell phone is much more expensive. I don't know if a cell phone is considered to be muktzeh mechamat chisron kis. I'll give you an example. You have a cell phone that doesn't turn on Shabbat. It doesn't turn on, but it has the time all the time. Are you allowed to touch it to see what the time is?
No.
Why not?
It's muktzeh. It's חשמל.
What do you mean? It's not connected to the user. Chashmal is inside.
בטריה.
So what? If you have a battery, something with a battery, you're not allowed to touch it.
בטריות בשבת.
You're allowed.
I allowed to touch it?
The question is if it's muktzeh mechamat chisron kis or not. If it's muktzeh mechamat chisron kis, you know that.
למה שזה יהיה מחמת? It's something that you use it every day.
Oh.
It's not a specialty to me.
Oh. So you see, that's way to, and these phones sometimes can cost $2,000. So it has nothing to do
so the real value. It depends the use of it.
So today it's a bit. Today is a bit.
מחרשה, maybe a piece of wood in that time.
Exactly.
Today, this is a $2,000. This and the other one was.
Yeah, it's $50. Exactly. It's not the money. It's the. That's the
value of the kli.
Yeah. כלומר שהם מופרשים ומובדלים שלא להשתמש בהם. You have them, not use them. לפי שיש בשימושם הפסד ממון. Because you're going to lose money if you use them for a different use. It doesn't matter how much money. Some say, by the way, a piece of paper is muktzeh mechamat chisron kis. What do? You can't use it because you even though it's less than a penny. Yeah, up to here. Hilkach asur tatlam Shabbat. Therefore, you're not allowed to move such things on Shabbat. So let's see the rules. כל הכלים שמלאכתם להיתר. Every vessel that you're allowed to use. For example, a cup. כגון קערות וכוסות. Like bowls and cups. ניטלים בשבת. You're allowed to take them on Shabbat. לצורך. Again, how you're allowed to take them if you need them. כשיש צורך בגוף הכלי. Only when you need it. I'm not allowed to, on Shabbat, for example, take the cup and go like this with it.
Why does it say בגוף הכלי? Why does it say בכלי? מה זאת אומרת בגוף?
The cup is made to put water inside. So I can use it to put water inside. That's it.
זה גוף הכלי.
זה גוף הכלי. That's the purpose of the vessel. The purpose of the vessel. Otherwise, if I want to play juggling with it.
Put a ball and start to pick.
That's right. Not allowed to do it.
Because
it's not for its purpose. That's right. כגון קערה לאכול בה, can you take a bowl into it, כוס לשתות בה, a cup to drink in it, וכן לצורך מקומו, I need it space so I can start moving it. כגון שצריכו למקום לכלי המונח שם, not לא עובר למקום אחר, you put it from one place to another because you need the place where it is. ושלא לצורך. And now he says, and you're allowed to use it also, not for its purpose. What does it mean? כלומר, אפילו שלא לצורך גופו, ולא לצורך מקומו של הכלי, even if you don't need the cup, you're allowed to use it. In which manner? We just said we're not allowed to.
The place.
No, even not for the place and not for the purpose, I can still find a way to use it. How? To move it. How? כגון שמפנהו מחמה לצל. The cup is sitting in the sun and it's going to get damaged in the sun. And I want to move it to the shade, I'm allowed to do it. Why? Because I'm allowed to use this. The purpose for this is Shabbos purpose. So I will be allowed to move it from.
To own it.
That's right. For the sake of the kli, not for the sake of the purpose. I'm allowed to move it. שלא ייפסד הכלי. Because I'm saving the vessel itself, not the purpose of the vessel.
ממון, כאילו.
Yeah. או שמניחו במקום אחר שלא יגנב, or you're afraid somebody's going to steal it. So I can move it from one place. No,
בשמש.
as long as you have עירוב.
יש עירוב.
Yeah, then you're allowed to take it to the inside. אבל כלים שמלאכתם לאיסור, but if you have...
finish the coffee and the cup outside, there is no reason to bring it in.
That's right.
So now it become to be mukse.
That's right.
נכון?
So now you're allowed to take it and move it inside.
So Shabbat, when you do this and you finish, you got it.
That's right. In other words, they tell you, look at what I tell you.
Leave it there, don't touch it.
Don't touch anything until you're allowed to. You have to think about Shabbat before you touch anything.
Until
you know that
you need it for something.
That's right. Otherwise, don't touch it. It's ממש like this. אבל כלים שמלאכתם לאיסור. What about if you left the hammer?
Outside, גנבו.
Oh, you took your hammer outside to put nuts.
כן.
And you cracked some nuts, and then you put it down. If you were smart enough not to put it down, it's still in your head, you can put it back. But you didn't, you forgot. So you put it down for 1 second, say, this hammer is going to stay outside. If thieves come, too bad. Too bad. But if the cup is carried outside, go ahead, put it back, because the cup is allowed.
Why can't they take the hammer as a kli?
It's kli שמלאכתו לאיסור. You don't have permission. This is kli שמלאכתו להיתר. This is kli שמלאכתו לאיסור.
So the hammer has to stay outside.
The hammer has to stay outside. If the only reason is because you want to save the vessel, you're not allowed to. כגון אלו שנמנו במשנה ב'. For example, all the examples that we gave in Mishnah ב'. You remember we took the example of a hammer, of an axe, all these examples. Those have to stay outside because they're not allowed to be touched unless you're using it. Or you can be smart and you say, I have another piece of cheese inside.
I want it.
I have
more nuts in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Then you can take it. Then you can do it. But otherwise, you will not be able to do it. אומנם לצורך גוף הכלי, דהיינו להשתמש בדבר המותר בשבת, to use it for something which is permissible on Shabbat, וכן לצורך מקומו, or you need its place.
מותר.
לצורך מקומו מותר לתת להם בשבת, אבל מחמה לצל ומפני גנבים אסור. But just for the sake of the vessel, not allowed to use it. וטלטו שלא לצורך כלל, אסור אפילו בכלים שמלאכתם להיתר. And to touch, just for fun or whatever, to touch a vessel, no, don't touch anything until even if it's a permissible thing, not allowed to touch it. Example, the knife on the table, if you don't use it to cutting, don't touch it. I do it all the time. Hani tells me all the time. You know what I play with all the time? The wine opener.
Oh.
Everybody, it's a wine opener. It's nice to, it goes up with that. Everybody does it. It's so hard. Hani, every time I do it,
לא ידעתי שאסור לעשות.
Yeah, because
אסור לגעת בכלום.
Exactly. Shabbat tells you don't touch. Exactly. People don't realize how severe muktzah is on Shabbat. ויש דעות, there are opinions, שכלי שמלאכתו להיתר מותר לטלטלו אפילו שלא לצורך כלל. There are opinions that says that you are allowed to use this. וזוהי לדעתם כוונתם משנתנו בעסקה ושלא לצורך. And this is how they explain ושלא לצורך. עיין ר"ן, the Ran disagrees with the רמב"ם, ועיין מגיד מישנה שם שכותב על המפרשים לנו, ואין להם על מה שיסמכו. It says the halacha is not like these commentaries, and the halacha is that no, if you not have a purpose on Shabbat, do not touch anything. And this is actually the halacha, not just the Mishnah halacha. This is the halacha for today. If you don't have a purpose for it, don't touch it. Rabbi
The purposes there are three. Either you need the מקום, either you מפסיד ממון עליו,
מפסיד ממון ולא מספיק.
זה גשם או...
Oh, but that's only כלי שמלאכתו להיתר.
שמלאכתו להיתר, כן.
כלי שמלאכתו לאיסור, גשם doesn't give you permission.
נשאר שם, הבטיש נשאר.
Place. You need a place.
כן, מקום, place.
And use.
Use.
You can use it for something else.
Three things.
Rabbi Nechemia אומר, Rabbi Nechemia says, אין ניטלים אלא לצורך. No, you only, like we say, you only touch them for when you need them. אפילו כלי שמלאכתו להיתר, אסור לטלטלו בשבת אלא לצורך גופו. He says, even a permissible cup on Shabbat, you only allowed to use it for drinking. כלומר, לצורך שימושו המיוחד בלבד, כגון סטרין לחתוך בלחם וכדומה. You can use a knife to cut bread. You can use enough to play with. אבל לא לשימוש אחר, but not for other purposes. כגון לסמוך בה את הקערה. For example, you're going to use the knife to, I don't know. You can use the knife for what? Only for cutting. Don't use it for another purpose. If it's not made for it, don't use it. כאן גם מתיר רבי נחמיה, רבי נחמיה also permits, לטלטל כלי לצורך מקומו. Of course, he also agrees that if you need the place, you can move whatever you want. אבל לצורך דבר אחר, אסור. But if you want it for the use of something else, that the kli is not made for, you're not allowed to.
ואין הלכה כרבי.
But אין הלכה כרבי נחמיה.
עכשיו מה עושים?
Very good. So
אין הלכה כרבי נחמיה.
So you're allowed to take it looks like, I don't know halacha, but from what we learned from the Mishnah, not halacha, you can take the knife, right, the bread knife, and crack nuts with it. Even though it's not made to crack nuts. Rabbi Nechemia says, no. Knife can only be used to cut something as a knife. But I think the halacha is you are allowed to take the knife even to crack nuts. If it's a big knife.
Now let me just ask you, you know those lamps that turning?
Yeah.
מותר להשתמש בדבר הזה, יש לזה הכשר והכל.
Of course.
Of
course.
מותר?
Of course.
אבל so you touch כלי שלצורכו או לא, זה צורך, אתה רוצה אור, אתה מסובב אותו, פתאום נדלק לך אור.
לא נדלק, האור שמה.
כן, האור דלוק, אבל הוא בא לך.
Yeah,
האור כל הזמן דלוק.
You're not allowed to put on a light.
אבל למה זה לא מוקצה?
Why should it be מוקצה?
בגלל החשמל.
No,
מותר לך לגוע במשהו שיש לו חשמל?
Yeah. You're allowed to take a fan on Shabbat, even though it's in the wall, and move it.
Because it doesn't work.
It is working. You're allowed to move a fan on Shabbat. Also a light in the sukkah, for example, on Shabbat. Don't quote me, but I'm almost 100% sure that you're allowed to move the light from here and put it over there. You have to be careful it doesn't go out of the electricity. But you'll be allowed. There's a question if light is like fire or not like fire, but I think it's not like fire, and you'll be allowed to move.
So this is something you can.
Yeah, it's permissible use on Shabbat. Yeah. You're not allowed to create.
The reason because I have a light like this.
Yeah,
it's a slider like this, and I have a window.
No problem, as long as it's mechanical. The shades. The shades are mechanical, no problem. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
לא, בשבת אסור לך לגעת כלום. You can't touch nothing.
Yeah, unless it's for Shabbat.
Yeah.
We didn't even discuss, like, okay. Over here, it's like opening it, think about it, it's like opening the shades in the morning. The Shabbos lamp, you're allowed to open the shades in the morning?
Exactly.
You're opening the shade for the, over here, the shade. You're opening a shade, you're not, you're nothing.
The light is there.
The light is there, you're just opening the shade, same idea.